on, man, go.
That's it. No more. That's it. That's probably the last time you hear me play banjo.
That was okay, almost.
In years. That might be the last time in years I'll be playing banjo. And,
promises, promises. Okay, this is the Mr. Poe and Mr. Stock show. This is our band leader, Mr. Stock.
Take it. Hello. Hello.
And I'm Mr. Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe IV, the co-host of the show, and my name is Michael Stock. We're here every week showing you talented people who live in South Florida, and today is no exception. In the studio today is Marie Nofsinger. Welcome to the studio, Marie.
Thank you.
Marie is a new folk singer. I guess that means that you're young.
Oh.
You're.
Yes, more.
She's new on the scene. She just started.
She just started.
She just started, right? You just started singing folk music recently?
No, new folk is a term they're using now for new folk music, as opposed to traditional folk music.
But we're here with Mr. Folk of Boca Raton.
And she's telling me.
And you're telling, and he's not aware of it?
No, Michael cued me in before the show.
What?
About what new folk was, so actually I'm just repeating what he told me.
I thought he told me he was going to be nude folk.
Nude
Very
folk.
excited.
I wanted
That's
you on
next
the
week.
show and,
Okay, we'll have you back. We're not taping a show, but you're welcome to come and do some nude folk anyway.
Also on the program, on today's show, is Roberta Morgan.
She does nude theater criticism.
That's right.
Roberta has a very tough position on the New Times, telling people if they're good or not when they act. And to me, that would be terrifying. And
well, it's more terrifying for them than it is for me, but it's rewarding in a artistic and a sadistic way.
yeah, well, must be a lot of people who you don't give reviews, positive reviews to, who dislike you.
Oh yeah, I've had phone calls in the middle of the night.
There was just an actress right outside the door, as a matter of fact, banging on the door.
There was just an actress outside the door who was making snag. I walked into Stephen Talkhouse one day and found I was the subject of 5 drunk guys.
Oh,
discussing
really?
whether I was a witch or not. Actually, it wasn't a witch, but I don't know what your censorship is here.
Well, is it difficult? I mean, has it been difficult for you to accept that kind of negative reaction?
She loves it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the old thing about publicity, just get the name spelled right. But in a certain sense, yeah, it was a little traumatic, but I was also a playwright and a singer, and I got bad reviews. You know, get past it. Oh, yeah.
No.
In fact, I got a devastating review by a reviewer in this town that shall remain nameless.
Oh, is that
Christine?
Christine,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, we tried to get her, but
and I
she
got a
couldn't
good
come.
review by George.
That's why you're on this show.
Yeah, exactly.
George, K-pop, Christine, and all, they couldn't come. We tried to get the guy from The Wire. He couldn't make it. Finally.
Finally, we got me. Well, no, because I live in infamy now. And you know, 2 weeks ago, I think there was a whole slew of letters in which my merits and my lack of personal quality in any form was attacked. I was called, I think, rude, egomaniacal, anal retentive, singularly nasty. I enjoyed that one.
You're certainly not anal retentive.
No, I'm not anal retentive at all.
That's not fair criticism at all. I mean, the rest of them, okay.
No. Alan knows me.
Definitely not anal retentive.
Yeah, but tell you the truth, no.
And does that,
honestly, it does. It does. There are times when I do know the actors, and I know the show, and I know the company, and I really do want it to be good. But when I got this job, I contacted some other critics that I knew from The Voice, from the London Times, people I respected. And they said, tell the truth as you see it. And that's all you can do. And after all, it's only my opinion. I mean, you know, I'm not a god. I don't know the book of art. I realize I do affect ticket sales to a certain degree. But all I can do is tell the truth as I see it. And believe me, I have had to nail close friends and celebrate people I can't stand.
Are they still close friends?
Some. It's the more
real
mature
friends.
of them, the more professional of them. But, and I have had to celebrate people I don't particularly like because they did a wonderful job. You know, as long as I believe I'm true to myself in that, then I can live with it. But it's not a pleasant job.
Are you such a, I mean, you're such an acid-tongue critic. Did anybody just die right there in the theater when you arrived on the scene?
Well, actually, someone did die in a theater. They did die in my presence. And
when you say die, you mean they just did an awful job?
No. It was an audience member, and she walked up to me in a theater that shall remain nameless, so it will not be cursed, and she said to me, Marvin's asleep, and I can't wake him up.
Yeah.
And I went over, and I thought I saw Marvin there. You know, the theater was emptying out, and Marvin was just very rigid. And I thought, oh, no. And I went there, and Marvin had left the building. I mean, Marvin's pupils were fixed.
Marvin has left the building.
Marvin had left the building.
Well, I
like
understand.
Elvis.
Why were you asked to look
Well,
at...
because she had been, you know, introduced to me. You're the theater
I
critic,
see.
so she thought being a theater critic, I was also a doctor or a coroner. A coroner, probably.
Priest.
And an executioner, a priest. I could deliver last rites. So I got the house manager and said, I think we have a corpse.
Before we go into more technical
Well, you did the right
things-
thing.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Before
so.
we do more technical questions, I know you and Mr. Poe will talk a lot because
Yeah.
Mr. Poe is an actor and he likes to suck up the critics.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
And I like to
That's why
see
you think
that.
she's
I
on the
like to
show,
milk
Mr.
that.
Stock.
That's, well, I mean, it is a fact that
feel
because...
good about people sucking up to me. I enjoy it tremendously. I don't mind the shallow affection.
May I say you look lovely today?
Yeah, I do. Don't I look younger every
You
year.
look great.
I know.
But
I know.
getting back to the business end of it, you do affect ticket sales.
Yes, I do.
So that's a lot of, you try to be honest, as you said, but still a lot of pressure on you. And
But you know, there's an interesting thing, Michael, that I have also affected ticket sales because people know I can be very harsh in the positive. And I've gotten that feedback from a lot of people.
Absolutely.
For instance, there was a play called Power in the Blood that I was told I singularly extended by giving them a marvelous review. A review I brought here of Danny in the Deep Blue Sea from the Lunatic Theater Company, really because I praised it so highly, and people know my praise is not idle. So there are a tremendous amount of people that do read me, not tremendous, millions and billions of people who read me.
Dozens.
we have a surprise for you, Roberta.
Oh, yeah.
Got a
What?
word from my producer that you're invited to critique a piece of work that we did.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes.
But,
Oh, so does it
You
need
know,
an introduction?
the thing is, Mr. Stock, in regards to what we were saying before we get off the subject, if you liked everything, if you loved everything, then
Then it would have no
mean
value.
nothing. It would mean absolutely
It would
nothing
have no
at all.
value.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you have a sufficient background in
Yes.
literature and theater.
yes,
And
yes. I have an MFA in dramatic literature.
Okay. Well, then you're going to have to
Do you
use
have
it right
proof of this?
now.
You have
Okay.
credentials?
Yes, I do. I have a transcript even.
Watch
Before
this.
you
Watch,
should have brought on
we
the
did
show.
this video,
Okay.
Roberta. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to bias your
Yeah.
opinion here. But if you could watch the.
Can't wait.
Keep in mind, if you give it a bad review, we'll never speak to you again.
Absolutely.
Here's a little video we made here. Mr. Poe,
What?
get out of here right now, Mr. Poe.
What?
I try to trust you. I trust you. Can't believe I lent you the keys. Why don't you put some clothes on, Mr. Poe?
I'm dressed for the weather, Mr. Stock.
Get out of here. I have a bone to pick with you.
What?
I gave you the keys to my car,
Yeah.
and I can't get anywhere. You
Why
don't
not?
put your stuff away, and I have no place to go.
Just a few things. That's actually you have to talk to Mark about it.
I
He's
can't
a
even-
real storage hog. I tell you, you can't control him. But it's not that much.
I want you to clean this
If
up.
you get a
Mr.
good
Poe.
start, it'll probably just fly off anyway.
Mark,
Hey, Mike, come on over here. You take my car. No problem. No
how
problem.
you doing?
Let's get out
A
of here.
savior. A savior. Let's
Yeah,
go.
good.
Clean out the carport.
No, that's your junk, Mr. Weiser.
Let's
The
go.
Storage hog. Good,
Come
right?
on.
What's wrong, Mr. Weiser?
I have to push it.
Oh, God. Mr. Poe, you have to push your car.
Get out of here.
One, not the one with all that crap on it.
Nah,
That's one.
Oh, it'll be
not the
lighter.
official Mr. Stock and Mr. Poe car, but it'll do.
All right. How come Mark gets to steer while we do the heavy work?
I'm the producer. Please. No
You
one
can
knows.
at least get a lighter hood ornament. Jeez.
All right.
Shut up, Mr. Poe.
Push again. Push again.
Yeah. Why don't we just take the Mentor rail or something?
Shut up, Mr. Poe.
Man.
I bet you've never seen anything like
I
that
can
before.
probably easily say that that is better than 98% of the current movie, television releases, and theater that I've seen.
Can we write that
you.
down? Here,
Yes,
let's see.
I think
Yeah.
it
Get
has
my
more
crayon
continuity, it
out
has a
here.
greater premise, more dramatic
Roberta
action,
Morgan.
very good
More-
character development.
Good character. What do you think of Mr. Stock's acting?
I thought it was not as good as yours. Yeah.
Oh, well.
You know-
Mr. Stock, Not as
See,
good as
I
Mr.
could
Poe.
accept that.
I like the hood ornament the best.
The hood
but
ornament.
yeah, I thought that was a
Good,
nice
yeah.
touch.
That's my old girlfriend.
But as I said, I think you've got something here, and I think if not totally hidden video, then give it to Spielberg.
Okay.
And
Okay.
expand
She's
it.
a harsh critic.
Well,
Yeah.
because those are such
See
nice
how
words,
easy that was?
See, no.
I would like to talk to you the whole show after those nice comments.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you know, the good-looking nature of the actors.
Yeah, we just wanted to show you the clips. So
You know, the
Well, we did.
bodies,
I
the
just
whole
wanted
thing.
to show you the clips so you can see what I look like in underwear.
And it was nice. It was
Thanks.
nice.
And we do have another guest. So I'm
Listen, I
sorry.
will make you a star if you
But see, I do the thing in
Yeah.
underwear, but will she do nude folk?
nude folk.
No.
Marie Nofsinger is also here in the studio, and welcome to the show, Marie.
Thanks, Mike.
And we go back quite a few years. In fact, we go back so far, I don't even think you were playing guitar when I first met you.
Sure I was.
That's why she's a
Oh.
nude
It was
folk
down
singer.
at the Washington Street when they had our place, or was it the
That was
Deco
the original
Gecko?
folk
Or
club, but you weren't playing then, were you? Were you singing?
not as much as I am now.
I'll tell you,
I was writing.
Before we hear Marie sing her live, she does have a cassette out, her album called
Wandering Through Paradise.
Wandering Through Paradise, Marie Nofsinger, available if you contact me here at WLRN at 995-2264. And you've been writing songs quite a while as well then, huh?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy performing? Are you still nervous when you go out?
No, yes and no. I mean, I get really nervous like a half hour before the show. Is everything plugged in? Is the sound set up right?
But it's a thrill.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice adrenaline thing that happens for the most part.
Well, you're very fortunate because Roberta Morgan is here. She'll be able to critique your playing.
I'm not the music critic.
But yeah, go ahead and play something for us,
You want some?
Marie.
While you're getting the guitar, I'm just worried. Do those earrings hurt your ears?
No,
They
they're
look
really
so
light.
heavy. Oh,
They're very
oh.
light. They're
Nice.
made out of like paper mache. Would you
Oh.
like to try one on?
Maybe it may.
Oh, they are extremely light.
Oh,
I got them at an art festival that I
Very
sang at.
nice.
Ouch! Oh! Ow! I guess I have to get my ears pierced first, huh?
Okay, well, Marie, what do you want to start off this?
Well, I wasn't prepared for this today. I didn't know what was going to happen on the show, so I might just go with a... actually, I should do Eye to Eye, which is being released by the Artist Support Network here in Miami
Oh, great.
for the Miami School of Nursing. They're putting that on CD real soon. Zach, I hope you are. So this is called Eye to Eye. You sit on your mountain, me I sit on mine. We gaze out at each other, but we don't see eye to eye to eye to eye to eye to eye to eye. You keep telling me you're wrong, I say you're not right. You say the worst is over, well I haven't begun to fight. And when memories find you and crawl on your back, will you walk as though you're suffering, suffering, carrying a rock-filled sack? Or will the wings of angels lift you from your knees? And will you let them carry you back to me? Will you let them carry you? Will you fly? Will you let them carry you? Will you fly? Though we don't see eye to eye to eye to eye to eye to eye to eye. You say I say tit for tat. I say you say that I whisper that I love you. You scream you love me back. Well, only you can quench my thirst. You say a river's dry. You turn your back on me. I feel the knife in mine. And when memories find you and crawl on your back, will you walk as though you're suffering, suffering, carrying a rock-filled sack? Or will the wings of angels lift you from your knees? And will you let them carry you back to me? Will you let them carry you? Will you fly? Will you let them carry you? Will you fly? becoming a one-night stand. So keep your eyes shut real tight, pretend you're blind, but know that you're the reason that we don't see eye to eye to eye to eye to eye to eye to eye.
All right.
All right.
Well, I thought that was very good, but then again, I'm not a critic. Roberta?
I'm stunned by the quality on this show. I mean, I thought I'd seen the absolute penultimate in entertainment with your video, but now you have been eclipsed. This is true talent.
Thank you so much.
This is true talent. Well, let me get my
I
pet in
thought
the
she was
position.
good, but Roberta, is that a pet that
Yeah,
you
this
brought
is my
along?
pet. This is my pet. He's called Raton. Yes, small Raton, not Boca Raton. And I carry him around with me. It's a symbol of my personality and my.
You do like talking, Roberta.
Yeah, it's because I write all along.
Writer.
That was wonderful.
Well, Marie, was that about a personal relationship?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it no more, though? Or is it?
It's no more, no.
Okay, good.
No.
I'm sure your ex is pleased about that song.
I don't think the ex ever heard it.
Oh, no?
No, maybe on the show.
Not supportive of your music, obviously.
No.
I'm
Why
sorry.
not?
This was a long time ago.
How come?
Well, those things happen. You know, music takes me far away places, and I travel a lot, and you have to be around a lot of people, and there are just some people that have a hard time with that.
He was a pig. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's okay.
Sounds like it to me.
We don't know who it was.
So, our producer said you came down from where?
Delray Beach.
Delray Beach,
Mhm.
just to be on this show?
Mm-hmm.
Are you nuts?
Yes,
You
I am
crazy?
nuts.
Marie, being a professional musician, you do a lot of traveling. then.
Yes, I do.
You don't mind long hours in the car?
No, it's nice, actually. I really enjoy driving.
Do you do any writing in the car?
Yeah, that happens. That's been happening a lot lately because I've been really busy and not able to sit and really write, so the songs are forcing themselves out while I drive.
Aren't you worried about having an accident while you're writing down song lyrics and?
No, I don't write anything down. I usually
Oh.
keep the idea.
Ah.
I was worried today coming in here. I had to concentrate on my mortality the whole time I drove. It was warp speed on the roads coming
Did you
today.
write a song for us around the way down?
No, I didn't. I didn't write one on the way down. I was trying to be here on time.
Oh.
But the traveling's fun. I write a lot. I get to meet a lot of people, you know.
And you work with the folk clubs in South Florida? And
Yeah.
Great, great.
And
And does the new folk term?
Stop.
What?
Work on your delivery a little bit. We have a critic in the room.
Actually, the new
Oh, I've
folk
gone to
thing
Bermuda.
comes from, you know, the Kerrville Songwriter Award, the New Folk Award kind of a thing. And I think it's just musicians that are writing new folk music, you know.
Have you traveled to Kerrville?
No, not yet. I haven't. I've got my folder full of rejection letters, but I am going to go.
Oh,
I think,
no.
whether I get accepted or not, I think next year I'll probably just drive out there.
Well, a lot of times you send them a tape and it really doesn't convey what you are in person. So,
So I'll send him a copy of the show, maybe.
oh, I wouldn't do that. Well, maybe. But
They'll hire Roberta.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Not my pet.
You'll be on the interviewing staff.
She did say she was a singer.
Yes, I am.
how is your cassette doing?
Very well, very well. That came out in '92, in January '92, and I'm almost out. And I have a country album that's almost complete that happened by accident. It was going to be a demo to send to Nashville, but the guy doing my recording called and said, why don't you just put 3 or 4 more songs on? It'd be a great country product. And I said, okay, I want to do that.
That's great. Well, so now obviously you're surrounded by a lot of supportive people.
Oh, yeah,
Make-
it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I host an open mic now on Monday nights.
Oh, where's
up
that?
in Delray Beach at Cafe Mocha.
Every Monday night?
Uh-huh.
Great.
And that's a lot of fun. So it's nice being exposed to other writers and musicians and poets. There was a comedian in there last night that was really good, too.
Great. Well,
You
Marie,
should come up there and critique, that's right.
well,
You don't want Roberta to
Fever.
before the show ends, Marie, I want you to do another song, but getting back to Roberta, how is New Time? Is that your first job as a writer?
Oh, no, no, no. Oh, God, I'm going to date myself, but I went back to, I started reviewing for a publication called the East Village Other, which very few people remember, late 60s.
Oh, come on, you're
And-
not that old.
Oh,
Am I sucking up
see,
to her?
isn't
Well,
it nice?
You couldn't be
I've
that
written
old.
for The Voice and I've written for Interview Magazine. I have 11 books out.
No kidding.
So yeah, New
You
Times.
started
is-
young, right?
I started very. I
You
started
did
at
6.
no 4.
Oh.
4. I was very precocious. I wanted to beat Mozart, and I think I did, but never mind because we know what happened to Mozart.
What brought you down to Miami?
What?
Why are you here in South Florida?
What brought me down to Miami is that my husband is the opposite of Doogie Howser. He's the oldest medical student in the world. He decided at the age of 40 that he wanted to be a gynecologist. It's just
I
true,
don't blame
true.
him. I
That's
might have
true.
been a
Well, he
gynecologist
did.
myself.
You know, actually, the first week he was practicing, he said, "I can't believe I get paid for this." You know, I say to women, I go walk in, there's beautiful women, and I say, "Take off your clothes," and they do.
I know, and our folks here wouldn't do it.
Yeah, well, she would for
I'm in
my
the wrong
husband.
business.
Well, I'm certainly glad your husband enjoys it. How do you feel?
I love Miami. Actually, I was so fed up with New York. I was really about 24 hours away from suicide before I boarded the plane and landed in Miami. And
That's because of all those bad.
it was all it was because of all those bad reviews. It was
Lousy
those,
critics up
those
there.
nasty critics. No, but it's been wonderful, and I live on the beach, and I'm just amazed to see from the last 4 years that I've been here the boom, and the richness, and the amount of theaters we're getting.
Do you there's a lot of good and
Mr.
bad
Stubb, really,
theater.
if you-
Mr. Poe, shut up. Can I please? You see a lot of good and bad theater. Is it frustrating when the theater, you see bad theater consistently? Has it improved any like that?
Yes, it's improved. It's improved. I will tell you that the people I take around with me criticize my job. I have actually taken actors around with me who've said to me, "Oh, you're such a witch. I wish you were dead." And I say, "Okay, well, I'll tell you what. You get my other complimentary ticket for 2 months." And then they turn around to me at the end of 2 months and they say, "I pity you. I would have been much harder than you were."
I'll take that complimentary
So
ticket.
yes, so
Free theater?
Mr. Poe
I'll
can
see
do that
anything
next.
for free.
Mr. Poe can do that next.
Well, it's a theater, as you know, is very
the-
difficult because there's no money in it per se, and
No.
people basically do it. They can't do it full time, so the quality is hard to come by.
Well, yeah, but there are certain theaters here, Area Stage, Acme Acting Company, Caldwell Theater Company, that really consistently put out a good product.
It's just
I
like-
mean, and I really have to praise them because even under the limited budgets and the terrible conditions, they have a standard of quality. And I want to nurture more of those people and get rid of the dog meat. And if the dog meat doesn't like it, well,
you'll stick your rat on him.
that's right. I do.
Roberta, do you ever, I mean, you know, you try to be, you say you want to be truthful and honest and all that. Do you ever just write anything that's just just not true at all?
Funny you should ask that.
Really?
See, we had a hurricane issue. You can close it because of the worst wind. And a reporter in New Times and I, Sean Rowe, were driving down to Homestead the day after Andrew. And it was a little depressing.
Why were you driving down there? So
Where
you could
to-
gawk at the...
No, actually, to
Destruction?
report.
Let her finish.
To
Roberta,
report.
I don't mean to rush you, but I want to get another
Yeah.
song in.
Yeah.
Well, basically, to make a long story short, we made up this story about an exterminator that flew from Bermuda to Miami and landed in the Falls.
Flew in his...
Flew literally in his exterminating
plane,
suit.
right.
Exactly. Lenny Roll. We made it up. We wrote up the story for a little humor. About 3 wire services, and Ted Koppel's Nightline called us up. Nightline wanted to prove that it wasn't true. And I said, "Of course, you turkeys, it's not true."
Mr. Wise, our producer, thought that was true.
Yeah.
Did you bring that?
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
just
did
found
too.
out that-
I'm pretty naive too. I thought it was true.
There are a lot of people thought
I
it was
knew
true.
all
It was an
along.
intelligence test.
Okay, well, Roberta, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I know.
Okay,
am.
we have time for one more song though, for Marie, and sorry we didn't able to talk to you more, Marie. Was there anything you'd like to tell us that we wasn't able to get
No, I
in?
think you covered it there.
Okay.
I'll come back and visit another time.
Oh.
Well, I think I'm going to do this song. I know it's a little controversial, but Rodney King is going to be on his own defense today, so I thought I would do something heavy. What you gonna do when you grow up, girl? Her daddy asked with hope. Gonna make me a whole lot of money, gonna buy me a big old boat. I'm gonna take you and mama, oh so far from here. sail till we find the right spot, never live in fear. Ashes to ashes, cradle to grave, hope was forsaken in just one day. I watched them beat you, I saw you bleed, I saw them on trial, I saw them free. Justice committed suicide on the silver screen. What you gonna do when you grow up, boy? His daddy asked with hope. Said, I'm gonna be a real good policeman like you, Daddy, don't you know? I'm gonna make you and Mama oh so proud of me. Gonna take care of you and Mama, gonna keep this world crime free. Ashes to ashes, cradle to grave, hope was forsaken in just one day. I watched them beat you, I saw you bleed, I watched them on trial, I saw them free. Justice committed suicide on the silver screen. What you gonna do when they all grow up, never realize their dreams? Who's gonna break the silence? Who's gonna quiet down all of their screams? What can you and Mama do or say? Make their future safe. Keep them off the streets, let them move real far, but you can't run from fate. Ashes to ashes, cradle to grave, hope was extinguished in just one day. I watched them beat you, I saw you bleed, I watched them on trial, I saw them free. Justice committed suicide on the silver screen.
And look, the credits are running, perfect timing.
Yeah.
Thanks,
yeah.
Roberta.
Just enough time
Thank
for
you.
Roberta to sing a song.
Thank you. Oh, I need a whole band, I need an
Alright.
orchestra.
Well, Roberta could be seen every week in New Times Magazine.
That's right,
just about
well
every week.
heard.
And
Right.
Seen,
I guess we have a
right.
little time to kill, so might as well bring this up, huh, Mr. Stubb?
No, you could. You
This
can
is,
get closer here.
see,
Okay, real quick, close
Roberta,
up.
we get
we get-
coverage in like
Show's
the
over almost.
mainstream newspapers
Oh, wow.
around town. The
Is that like the
you've heard of
Miami
it?
Herald?
You heard of it, right?
Oh, wow, what a paper
There
that
you
is.
go.
Yeah.
And you'll notice, Mr. Stock, what do you think of that picture?
I
How do
know,
you like
Mr. Poe, you look like a goon.
Mr.
Very
Stock,